Vatican recognizes Eucharistic miracle in Vilakkannur. The Eucharistic miracle that occurred on November 15, 2013 at Christ the King Church in Vilakkannur in the Archdiocese of Tellme has received Vatican approval. On that day, during the morning Holy Mass celebrated by Rev. Father Thomas Pothical, an extraordinary event took place. The face of Jesus appeared on the consecrated host. At the moment of the epiclesis prayer during the Holy Eucharist, a mark appeared in the center of the host, and very quickly the image of Jesus' face became distinct. The vicar placed the host in the monstrance and completed the Holy Eucharist. After the Mass, the vicar showed this host to the people of God who had participated in the Holy Eucharist and placed the host with the miraculous image in the monstrance for adoration. Thousands of people came to the church to venerate the host. Initial investigation and diocesan approval. Following the instructions of the then Archbishop, His Excellency Mar George Valiamatam, the host was transported to the Thalassery Archbishop's house on November 17, 2013, and kept in secret. This phenomenon was reported to Cardinal Mar George Alancheri, then Major Archbishop of the Syro-Malabar Church. The Major Archbishop entrusted the Doctrinal Commission of the Syro-Malabar Church, composed of Their Excellencies Mar Joseph Kalarungat, Mar George Naralakat, and Mar Joseph Arumachadat, with studying this phenomenon. The Syro-Malabar Doctrinal Commission then charged an expert committee comprising Monsignor Matthew Villanel, Rev. Dr. Jose Palakal, MST, Rev. Dr. Sibi Palakal, Rev. Dr. Joseph Pamplini, Rev. Dr. Thomas Melvatum, and Rev. Dr. George Kudilil, with deeply studying the phenomenon and submitting a report. The expert committee conducted the study and submitted its report on December 21, 2013. The host continued to be kept secretly in the chapel of the Archbishop's house. Further studies and episcopal decree. His Excellency Mar George Naralakat instructed His Excellency Mar Joseph Pamplini, then Auxiliary Bishop and member of the CBCI Doctrinal Commission, to continue the study of this phenomenon. After 5 years of being kept at the Archbishop's house, the host was brought back to Vilakkannur Parish Church on August 22, 2018. His Excellency Mar George Naralakat issued a decree containing precise instructions and informed the people of God that the official confirmation of this miraculous phenomenon should come from the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith. Vatican examination and scientific studies. In 2018, as per the instructions of the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith in Rome, the host was sent to Rome for further studies through the Apostolic Nuncio in India. In August 2023, His Excellency Mar Joseph Pamplini, Archbishop of the Archdiocese, wrote to Cardinal Luis Francisco Ladaria Ferrer, Prefect of the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, inquiring about the details of the study of this miraculous phenomenon. On September 21, 2023, the reply from the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith was received via the Apostolic Nunciature. The letter from Rome contained the suggestion to conduct further scientific studies on the miraculous phenomenon of the host. On January 15, 2024, the host was taken back from the Apostolic Nuncio in Delhi for further study and brought to the Thalassery Archdiocesan Center. The host was returned because India had the necessary facilities for the additional scientific studies suggested by Rome. The Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith suggested 3 experimental studies for the scientific examination. Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy analysis, FTIR analysis, HPLC-MS, high-performance liquid chromatography and mass spectroscopy, Raman spectroscopy. These studies were conducted at the Christ University Laboratory in Bangalore with the permission of the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, as the university had the necessary modern equipment. As per the instructions of the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, a committee of scientists was appointed to conduct the scientific studies and experiments. On January 23, 2024, the host was delivered to Christ University in Bangalore for further study. The Committee of Scientists, comprising Dr. Joseph Devassi, Research Wing Common Instrumentation Lab, Christ University, Dr. Joby Xavier, Head and Director, Department of Life Science and Chemistry, Christ University, and Dr. P.T. Vargas, Head of Forensic Department, St. John's Medical College, Bangalore, along with a committee of theologians composed of Rev. Dr. George Karat and Rev. Dr. Sebastian Chalakal, conducted experiments and studies on the miraculous phenomenon of the host and prepared a report. The experiments suggested by the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith aimed to determine if there was any influence of an external substance on the image on the host. We fully know that the Catholic faith in the real presence of Jesus in the Holy Eucharist is not based on any phenomena considered supernatural, but on the eternal continuation of the sacrifice of the cross through the institution of the Holy Eucharist, which is his body and blood, until his second coming throughout all ages, and that the Lord, on the night of his passion, entrusted his beloved bride, the Church, with the remembrance of his death and resurrection, with the command, "Do this in remembrance of me," and that bread and wine become the body and blood of Christ by the word of Jesus Christ and the indwelling of the Holy Spirit. Final approval and public announcement. The complete report of the study, conducted with utmost secrecy, was submitted to Rome through the Apostolic Nuncio in India on April 2, 2024. After evaluating the scientific study reports and theological analyses, the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith informed on March 19, 2025, through the Apostolic Nuncio in India that there was no obstacle to declaring the Eucharistic phenomenon in Vilakkannur as an extraordinary event. It was requested that the decree to inform the people of God be translated into Malayalam and submitted to the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, the Syro-Malabar Major Archbishop, and the President of the CBCI. Following the translation and submission of the decree to Rome, the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith gave His Excellency Mar Joseph Pamplani permission to inform the people of God about this miraculous phenomenon. The scientific studies concluded that the substance of the image on the host is the same as that of the other parts of the host, and that this image was formed from the substances of the host itself. No influence of an external substance on the image on the host could be detected during the studies. On May 9, 2025, His Excellency Mar Joseph Pamplani informed the people of God about this information during the Holy Mass at Christ the King Church in Vilakkannur. On May 31, 2025, at 2:30 p.m., the Apostolic Nuncio to India, His Excellency Archbishop Leopoldo Giurelli, made the official announcement at Christ the King Church in Vilakkannur in the presence of the fathers, clergy, religious, and people of God of the Archdiocese of Tellacheri.